Luminosity Gaming good.
No.
But they're still a solid team in the Pro Division.
Yep, time will certainly tell on that, and this game is live. These players are wasting no time in getting underway. Luminosity going right after that A bomb site. It looks like they might be gearing up for some flashes and smokes for a site take, but once again, Luminosity Gaming just constantly chooses the right bomb site. There's only really two-ish players that can respond. It's Whitmer from Truck and AS2 from Highway. If they execute right now, Casaless is going to have a tough time on the round. They're going to need to do all the work from the flank.
Yeah, so Casaless is going to play this standard retake here. Let's see if they can make it happen. Shinobi on the flank, able to take down for Luminosity, knows what's happening. They have to be ready for it. They're going to get caught out by Vice and Sick, actually. Bolts finds one. Same with Steel. They make it a 2-on-3. Let's see if Steel can get anything else. Can't do it. And that is going to be a fast mop-up on the retake from Casaless. 5-man retake attempt with quite a few players on the flank. Works for Casaless. They do take the pistol.
Yeah, Luminosity Gaming just not prepared, didn't have a spotter out towards mid or anything to get their feelers out and be aware of that. They were geared up and in position with plenty of time to execute and not get screwed by that flank. But obviously we are blessed with the omniscience of the X-ray, so we got to see how close the Casaless players are, and they came fast. They wasted no time. As soon as they cleared out the B halls, they were running. It was 3 players just running, and by the time Luminosity Gaming actually geared up for what they thought would be a comfortable take, those Casaless players caught up really quickly.
Yeah, good job by Casaless to make that happen. We actually have a pause coming out here. I believe this was from Casaless. If I don't have chat apparently, so. It looks like, yep, that was actually from Casaless. And there comes the, here comes the unpawns. They were saying game feels a little glitchy. They needed a second to see if it could calm down.
Counter-Strike?
I feel like they're
feeling
ready.
glitchy?
Yeah.
Not running right? I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me.
That would never happen.
This game runs perfectly on my very expensive computer.
It is unbelievably optimized for nothing.
Yeah, right, but like if you get like the perfect configuration of like 3-year-old hardware, the game runs like fantastically. You just gotta find that, you have to solve that awful puzzle.
Yeah, the bad thing about it is you're like, all right, I need to upgrade some components here. We're just gonna beast my machine
I'm getting
and
worse
it's
FPS.
even worse. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh man, V-Take is on. Luminosity Gaming players are trying to break their way in, and there you go, frag for Bolts. He gets traded out for grabbing one as well, so that's an open bomb site and a quick plan here coming out for Luminosity. Or potentially if they can get the bomb out of pit.
Oh, having some trouble there. Fur's got to be careful. Shinobi peeks out, takes down Steel. Knack trades him out very, very fast. Here comes AS2. He ends up going down, so it's going to be a 1 versus 2 in favor of Luminosity, with Fur very weak on HP. Fur ends up going down. Silent M4 versus M4, A4, and Cold hits the headshot, takes down Shinobi. We're going to be tied up. Eco round victory coming out for Luminosity Gaming.
Really, really frustrating round to lose if you're Casaless, and Luminosity Gaming didn't even do anything fancy on that round. They just went B and got their Tech 9s out and let the Tech 9s do the talking for them. Even so much so that they got the bomb trapped in the pit. They couldn't even bring it into the site once they had opened it up. That Heaven player for the counter terrace was pinning him in pit is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, couldn't even get the bomb in and still were able to frag their way through it. Really solid play there. Cold Zero though getting pushed by Whitmer will get taken out. Whitmer looking for some more, unable to find a second frag though. So 4-on-4 for Casaless. They're not rolling over here.
Oh, Casaless not giving up into this thing, trying to force up. Highway was going to be AS2. Ends up getting ripped apart by the MAC-10 from Fur. Trades going out, all in favor so far of Luminosity. Now we've evened it up, actually. So Knack with an AK in hand, going to get sick with the CZ-75. And CZ doesn't have a ton of ammo left in it. And Knack's trying to find the head of the head of Sick. Does a little bit of damage, but Knack does have the bomb in his back, so Sick is going to rotate his way around into connector. Knack did not actually see him.
Okay, you saw him react. I'm sure one of his teammates must have called that there, because you saw the way he jerked his mouse, indicated that he knew. And if you're a Luminosity Gaming player right now, you must be kicking yourself or texting Fallen rapidly, as fast as you can, just blasting him with iMessages.
Well, Knack is their coach, though, and he's an old-school player, so...
True.
It's not like he... doesn't got it going on. Yeah,
it could have been literally anyone in this position. I'd still be texting Fallen no matter what. Sick, peeking out wide. That young blood flowing through his veins is pretty icy apparently. As Casaless slams that right back into Luminosity's face. He's able to get an AK for his trouble. He even had head armor, the 5.7. He's really well put together. He could drop one for his team and start to get some economic momentum going here with another win.
So into round 4, Casaless is going to be up 2-1. We've had back and forth rounds coming from these guys. I mean, we had the first one go in favor of Casaless. Luminosity got an eco, and then, of course, Casaless gets a forced by eco win of their own. So now, let's see if one of these teams can finally string together 2 in a row, and the only one that would be able to do it here would be Casaless. Otherwise, we're going to go back and forth again, and that's only going to favor Luminosity at this point, as it's so much more expensive to be a counter-terrorist.
Yeah, definitely. If Casaless loses this round, they're not going to be in great shape either economically or mentally. I mean, 6 still has a lot of cash, but luckily, Vice going to be peeking out with the FAMAS from the back of Checkers, catching a frag onto Coldzera. It's actually going to inform a decent bit of a rotation here coming in from the counter-test, or almost a rotation, as those B players are trying to make up their mind.
Yeah, bomb down, still neutral location, though, as the one Lone Ranger over there at the B bomb site, which was Fur, is going to rotate his way. No, he's still hanging out outside B halls, trying to see if he can find somebody, and not able to get anything yet. He's going to throw some stuff out in mid. Let's see how much that pulls, and not going to be enough for them, as the hold is strong here at that A bomb site between Shinobi and his teammate. Oh, Whitmer finds Knack also, so now it's just up to Fur. He has the bomb on his back. He's got a Ragnar, tries to peek out. Shinobi from over near Quad will take him down. It's going to be 2 rounds in a row for Casaless. They're going to be up 3-1 over Luminosity Gaming.
Yeah, and luckily they can also hold on to their FAMASes, as Luminosity is not really a buying threat here. Certainly a Tech 9 armor threat, as Fur buys just the Tech 9 portion of what I was saying. So they do have to be a little careful here, but they don't need to throw away cash for M4s. They can use that money for nades and still comfortably use those FAMASes and get ready to face 4 unarmored opponents as they're rushing their way over towards B. Let's see if Sick and his buddy in Vice are now ready for it.
But Sick gets the first one. Vice grabs one, but Bolt's coming through the vents. Able to get the flank off on Vice. We're going to have Sick drop back down towards Headshot and Generator. Got to be careful. One already in the bomb site. Takes down Fur. Can he grab another one? Bolts will end up getting him with that drop from Moss. Whitmer comes in, gets in the argument, but Steel still up here. Trying to get away. Trying to get a jumping deagle shot onto Shinobi. That's not going to pay. It's not going to pay dividends there, and Casaless will go up 4-1.
Now, Shinobi also able to recover that one AK that was floating around, so rebuys coming in for Casaless are actually decently well-timed. You never want to spend this much cash if you're them, but you also don't want to hold on to those FAMASes against Luminosity with AK. So, Casaless in good shape going forward here, actually now pulling out the double op setup here with Vice and Whitmer, bringing them not quite opposite sides of that. Whitmer holding mid, Vice himself solo holding B. I really like this. Allows them to put an extra player towards mid and try to stop what Coldzera has been doing to torment them, which was get out towards vents, and they were able to do just that. Great start on the round for Casaless.
Yeah, Casaless able to get themselves cold and bolts down. AS2 does take a lot of damage to make that happen. Sick goes down out in mid. That's Fur who picks him up, as Knack will find one also in the A halls on the more aggressive Shinobi that round. That is going to even it up. 3-on-3. Bomb still down out in mid. And I don't know if Whitmer can just barely see that when he scoped across there to know that the bomb is down in mid. And I don't think so, because we don't have any CTs really rotating help. And Whitmer hits a fast shot out in mid to remove Fur. It's going to give him a 3-2 advantage.
And Luminosity knows that they're in trouble with that bomb out there, so something maybe trying to boost Knack up there to go grab it. It's actually not a terrible plan, as Whitmer obviously doesn't know he has the bomb down because he rotated away towards truck, leaving mid completely exposed. And the terrorists don't even know that he did that, so it's a big guessing game between these two teams, and with 30 seconds left on the clock, Luminosity needs to turn these guesses into educated guesses.
Yeah, they really need to try and start. Well, I mean, they have one at each bomb site. They do have the floater ready to rotate in any direction. Luminosity's going to grab the bomb. They're going to try and drop through the vents. That's going to be Vice who makes the call. Just looking to see if anybody comes in. Hits the first op shot. Takes down Steel. I believe he saw Knack's gun. No, he didn't. It doesn't matter, though. Quick shot to his left-hand side to take down Knack. There wasn't a lot of time left for Luminosity, really to try and battle it out inside that bomb site. And Casaless will go up 5-1.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate product of the bomb being down in mid for so long, and even Casaless not knowing it and still able to pin the Luminosity gaming players back into their own half of the map. Double up setup, I would say, paying off splendidly. Whitmer catching frags in middle, Vice using his at B. I really like doing that solo B look with the op. He's able to get information from so far away and call out for his teammates to rotate. It definitely is one of those strats where it's possible to get caught with your pants down, but Oh, not as much as you can get caught with your pants down from Whitmer.
Oh.
First position there on fence.
He ends up getting taken down, though, so the pistol play coming out here from Luminosity is working out, at least initially. We haven't worked all the way down into a 2-on-2. We got Sick with an M4. We got Vice with an op in his hands. Cold is over there at the forklift trying to spam out some damage with that Deagle. Op gets picked up by Knack. Knack's got to be careful, tries to escape, able to make himself, or able to get into the squeaky door room. Now he's got a fast rotate. And yeah, Sick's just going to get onto the bomb. He's just going to stick it here. Knack doesn't really have a choice, doesn't really know where the bomb is planted, doesn't know the spam spot. Sick will get that defuse. It's going to be 6 rounds for Casaless.
Yes, Casaless continuing to put together the rounds and continuing to look good here, especially, well, that is actually not a compliment from them. For Luminosity, they were able to at least deny Casaless one of the 2 ops that they had been working. They're able to hold on to it. It's now in Knack's hands. I'm surprised. Well, I was going to say, I'm surprised to see him not drop that off to his teammate, but the teammate that you would normally drop it off to is not here. So, yeah, I guess Knack, as good as anyone in coldzera, going to be going out mid, trying to torment them by vents once again. He's able to get there, and he gets punished for it once again.
Yeah, Vice playing very effectively on mid. Sick will get taken down and sandbags in mid. And Whitmer finds another op shot in a different round. Vice gets another one out mid. Vice looking good here, avoids the grenade, able to escape up. Bolts gets aggressive, tries to take him down and punish him. But man, look at this flank that more than likely, is it coming into A main? Will one of those players work their way in? As Bolts is able to take down Vice, they're going to be looking out in mid. A main still up and alive. They haven't pushed in there yet to find out that Knack is actually in A main at the garage door right now.
Even still, the bomb did get dropped in mid, so Knack's going to have to do a lot of work here with 50 seconds on the clock to frag, get the bomb, and bring it back to this open A bomb site. Going to be tough here, especially since the Casaless players are rotating in and now starting to play off that bomb and put their backs up against walls.
Yeah, getting in great position here will be the Casaless players. Just waiting to find out where Knack is. Knack's going to try and push his way down highway towards the bomb. He's going to have directly down in mid will be AS2, who's going to be looking in that direction. Up top will be Shinobi at the boost. AS2 should peek out around the corner. I believe he got the sight onto Knack.
Wow.
And maybe he didn't.
No, doesn't seem like it. Knack, free bomb site there, 10 seconds left. I think he's about as confused as we are. So much so that he's even faking and allowing the Commentators to get that much closer. 5 seconds left on the clock. He should have planted when he had the opportunity. He's going to get pushed down here. No time. Able to get the plant, but yeah, Shinobi running him down. Yeah, I could definitely see how that was confusing for him, effectively seeing nobody defending the bomb, but unfortunately, he was not aware enough to just go straight for that plant. Had he gone for it and peeked out, got a frag onto A main, he might have been able to frag his way through that one.
Would have been a chance there, as soon as he got that bomb planted, he was getting pushed on by a Casaless member. Not able to get anything out of it, but he did get the bomb plant, got some money, so that will allow Luminosity to go full AKs through this round. But still, not looking the greatest for Luminosity right now. Casaless coming back in a big way here from the CT side of map number 2.
Most definitely. They're looking really well put together and determined to win on this map, but it's going to be on their A-hold once again as the Luminosity Gaming players are gearing up for it, and they actually even only have Shinobi there to make an impact for his team. He could very easily get punished here now that his position was exposed. Able to get a frag onto Knack, though.
Steel taking down AS2. Steel able to find a second one. A bomb site wide open at this point. Sick will be the fast rotator. He's going to spot out Fur. Fur will end up taking him down from the corner behind the forklift. And Whitmer with the op just trying to spam something. Tries to get another one. Just barely misses both of those shots. And he's going to escape out into mid. I believe he got hurt, though, but he is checking. Fur's going to come around the corner. He misses the shot on Fur. Now he's in a tight spot. They know where he's at. Tries to re-peek Fur, but Fur crouched down out in the open, ready and waiting. That'll be a second round now for Luminosity.
Yeah, Casaless, though, has the opportunity here to secure the half win and throw this right back at Luminosity, but because so many of the rounds that they were winning were getting cut close and were post-plant situations, Luminosity Gaming is surprisingly strapped and Casaless themselves surprisingly broke. They're going to have to settle for Deagles and 5.7s here as they're trying to make a hold. But, hey, from what we've seen from Casaless, I wouldn't be surprised if they could get it done with pistols. They've had really solid pistol play. We saw Sick getting it done with the 5.7 before. Sure, give him a Deagle. Why not? See what he can do now. And they're going to be grouping up really close to coldzera here in middle, trying to boost over this mid box and surprise some of the terrorists. But coldzera going to reveal himself to Sick.
Now he's got to be careful because their CT's right around the corner from him. Vice
And
is going to go out and peek. Yeah, he knows they're there, and they're actually going to go towards vent. They're going to try and break through the vents, and AS2 is able to take down Knack. They're still looking in mid. They think Cold is lurking, and they were 100% correct. Bolt's going to push through the smoke with a flashbang, runs directly into Whitmer, ends up taking him down. We got Vice with an AK, gets the frag onto Fur. They've worked it into a 2-on-2. No kit, though, for any of the CTs, and time is ticking away.
Yeah, this is not going to be one that Vice is going to play for. He's going to run away with that AK, nades, and 5.7 in hand. No armor, but still worth saving, certainly. That's a lot of cash that he's going to be saving by not buying a rifle next round. And Casaless, while they put in a lot of really good work early on in this game and early on in this half, they need to keep it up. They can't slip up now. If they let Luminosity back into this, I think things might get rough for them switching over to the CT side. So they need to get a grip of this game right now. I wouldn't mind seeing them do that similar mid push, but with rifles, try to boost someone over with a rifle and catch the Luminosity Gaming players off guard. I don't think. Except for that one round where the bomb was down in middle, Luminosity hasn't been boosting over mid, nor have they been watching the mid boost. So I think it's something that is very easily exploitable from Casaless. They just have to take the risk and try it.
Ooh, but Casaless, they're going to get aggressive in A main. That's Shinobi who gets one. Quickly traded out. Whitmer finds bolts on the trade, and Whitmer going to be rotating with the op. And so far, his op's been looking good this game. Let's see, that could be the big deciding factor here. The fact that Casaless has Whitmer finally getting it going with the op in his hands, and no Fallen coming out for Luminosity to try to counteract that with an op of his own. Whitmer gets another one, ends up getting caught. The back of the quad box by Knack, but the bomb going to be down near A main. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Good job by Luminosity working this one down even here until AS2 is able to take down Knack. And look at this, both the CTs now panicked. Nobody else was at A. That's going to give a free bomb site to steal with only 12 HP.
Yeah, at the very least, they are working together, though. So if they do accidentally happen upon steal, which they won't from this position, they would be able to trade. They're watching each other's backs. They're making sure, just at the very least, no matter what, even if they give up a bomb site, even if they give up plant, no matter what, they're not both going to get killed from here. I think that's really smart, really disciplined Counter-Strike, as they're putting the onus on Steel to make a play.
Steel will be able to get it planted at the A bomb site. Now Casaless knows for a fact it's not B. They're going to rotate over 2 men strong. And Steel is actually going to get aggressive here. This is not going to work out well unless he can hit both of those shots. Realizes he made a mistake. Ends up going down to Sick. Easy defuse comes out from Casaless, and they grab themselves an 8th round as we're going to hit round 12.
That's exactly what they needed. Casaless picking up that huge, not so clutch round win, as it was a 2-on-1 with a lit last terrorist, but still the round win really important, and they're able to keep a few guns on them. They're desperate for a clean round here, as they're going to be spending a lot of money once again. That op is not going to be making Whitmer any money, and he's been fragging fine with it, but not generating a ton of income. So with the rest of his teammates spending the vast majority of their money, AS2 sitting on 3,500. That's really the richest and only player that's even close to rich. There's still a lot riding here for Casaless, and they just need a clean round win.
So round 12 underway. Casaless here trying to get themselves in the 9th round if they're able to, but Luminosity Gaming goes back to some more aggressive stuff, and Whitmer lines up too with the 5.7 in hand. Will Shinobi get caught out here by bolts? No, actually he lines up bolts, and AS2 ends up getting the frag onto Knack before traded out by Steel. And there's Shinobi, wraps his way through the bomb site, grabs a frag on the Steel. That will close out the round. That'll be 9-3 now as we enter round 13.
And that was just what the doctor ordered. I'm calling myself the doctor now, by the way. As Casaless was able to keep 4 players alive there, including that off. That makes for a really cheap round. AS2, the player that was rich before, the only player that needs to rebuy here. So they're all starting to get comfortable here as Luminosity is all over the place. 2 rifles and 3 pistols, I don't think should be enough to break this Casaless defense that has looked stellar in these past few rounds, particularly since they were responding to adversity. But that push from Shinobi is going to get shut down. I'm sure he's pretty upset about that. Gonna put a lot of pressure on his A teammates.
See what Whitmer can make happen with the hop. Can he get lucky? Can he make some moves here for his team, as they've already lost Shinobi, like Latorr just said. It's gonna be a 5-4 in favor of Luminosity, who's just fighting to get a 4th round here, and Castle is looking like an absolute different team here on Cash.
Most definitely. Bolts trying to get out towards vents once again, finding a bunch more successes. He's able to scare away the highway player. B bomb site could very easily be taken by Luminosity Gaming here, and Vice joining his teammate in this site, getting ready to just get ready for a fight. There's no other way to describe it. There's a fight coming, and Vice and his teammate Sick need to get ready for it.
Sick ends up taking down Steel. That evens it up. That makes it a 4-on-4. Cold's going to leak his way back through the vents, and they're going to boost players back up through the vents, and they're going to try and wrap this up the highway right now. See if they can catch a rotator from the B bomb site.
No idea. He's not even looking. He's standing on the box. No one knows where anyone is.
Oh, Whitmer, can he get the first shot? Hits the first one, prevents the bomb plant, but that'll make it a 2-on-2 now. Cold and Bolts left alive versus Sick and Vice. And Bolts rotates his way into the bomb site. Here comes the two CTs trying to play this retake. Cold picks up the op, and they're actually going to go for the boost here at the back of quad. They're not boosting the op. They're boosting the M4. Let's see if Bolts can get something. Sprays does a lot of nothing, actually. I thought he did a ton of damage there. Didn't do anything. Vice ends up taking down Bolts. Cold with the fast op. Can he get one more? Tries to get it. Just barely misses. Vice ends up hitting the headshot. And Cold will hero the round for Luminosity. Gets himself a 3K. That is going to be a 4th round for Luminosity.
Yeah, really concerned there for Cold as he picked up the op and didn't get boosted himself up over. I was thinking, hey, you know, either the M4 guy cleans it up and you're all good, the guy on your head wins the round for you, or he gets killed and then you have this op in your hands in a 1-on-1 or 1-on-2 situation. That's not what you want in close quarter combat, but still he's able to make it work. That round was lost kind of, I mean, not by Shinobi necessarily, but off the back of his not great push over there in A main. And wow, Wimber is able to hit 2 op shots there, a frag onto Bolts, and somehow hits Fur in the leg through something. It hits him down to 73.
Oh, Slick tries to peek out from behind the box out there outside B. Tries to get a shot, ends up missing it, gets punished for it, and that is going to make this a 4 versus 3. Can AS2 get one through the fence? No, Cold looking in that direction. Cold will hit the op shot. That's going to make this a 4 versus 2 as we're into round 14 here, so win. At what point? Man, Whitmer just trying to spam out the op there, see if he can get lucky on somebody that's in the check-in room. They're not able to find anyone yet. They've worked it all the way down to a two-man retake versus 3, and they're going to commit to the save for the final round of this half. That's going to be Luminosity picking up a 5th round.
Yeah, they need to be careful, though, because these Luminosity Gaming players are fast on the hunt. They're clearing spots rapidly. I'm not sure if they're going to make it all the way towards Squeaky as they're taking a huge detour in CT spawn. Doesn't look like they will. So, up and M4 being saved by Casaless. Huge round coming in here. If they can make this 10-5, they're very much in this game. But I really think there is a large difference between 10-5 and 9-6. That 9-6 gives Luminosity Gaming that pistol round hope, where they say, hey, we win a pistol round, it's a tie game. And once you give a team that kind of just mental advantage or just kind of mental spirit lifting, it can be really powerful.
Yeah, so final round of this half here, map number 2, and Luminosity absolutely tore their way through Casaless on map number 1. Cold's able to open up, though, same with Steel. Shinobi's going to try and use this smoke. Nack's ready for it, knows Shinobi likes to do it. Ends up working past, there goes 6, so Vice, last one left, 5-7 in hand, trying to push up. He's not going to have a good chance here. He's 1 versus 5. Bomb pushing directly towards him. Vice does have an op in his hands. He's been good with it, but 1-on-5, he's going to have to be amazing with it now. Takes down Cold, looking for another one. Lines it up, takes down Steel, but Knack is there to trade the frag, and that is going to be 9-6 in favor of Casaless, and Luminosity was looking like they were going to have a rough first half there. Brought it back for 6 rounds in their favor.
Yeah, definitely no quit in Luminosity, showing that even if they are getting worked badly in the beginning, they have the drive and determination to come back in the later rounds when a lot of teams start to break, and they took what was going to be an abysmal half and made it average. I think this is a super 50-50 game thus far. Luminosity Gaming, as I said, now in that position where they're 1 pistol round and 2 anti-eco rounds away from tying up the game before they get into rifles, and so I think that could be a huge motivating factor for them moving forward now on the CT side of this map, where they can kind of sit in on their play and be comfortable and now flip the table and force Casaless to be the playmaking team.
So now Casaless, as Latorr was just saying, is going to be your T-sided team here. Let's see what they can put up number-wise against Luminosity. This pistol round is going to be very important here. Casaless can allow this game to get tied if Luminosity gets the pistol and the 2 anti-ecos right after that.
And Steel finding an opening frag, taking Shinobi out of the round. Shinobi dies first a lot, right? I feel like that,
yes, he does.
I'm trying not to pick on him necessarily, but I feel like he's constantly getting killed first.
Yes. So Cold down, also Shinobi down. We're going to be even 4-on-4 in this pistol round. Let's see what Luminosity can hold here. Bomb still hasn't really figured out which direction it wants to go to. There's still a minute left on the clock, so plenty of time for Casaless to work with to try and get that bomb and company somewhere. And they've committed now to the A-bomb site, trying to work their way up highway. Fur's going to be in trouble here. He needs some help as fast as he can get it. Bolt's trying to peek out. He ends up going down to Vice. That'll be Steel and Knack. And Casaless looking like if they can just hold on here, they're not going to drop this pistol round, and they're going to set themselves up to go up by 6 rounds if they can get both anti-ecos.
Yeah, that would be massive. This is a huge start for Casaless in their potential triumph here over Luminosity, and Sick peeking out wants some more. 2 frags there, and yeah, Casaless furthering their lead now by 4, but looking to extend it even further. They really need to make sure they don't run into a trap here. I saw right off the bat, Cold Zera immediately bought that CZ and bought into the round, so there's a very high percentage chance that Luminosity is going to try to set up a stack somewhere, and it's going to be up to Casaless to figure it out. 3 CZs, a Mag 7, and a Deagle is what Casaless is going to run at, so they need to play this one carefully.
Most definitely. They could get caught out here in a tight position against these CZs and that Swag 7, depending on the positioning of these guns, like the Swag 7 right now towards the vents. Just ready for anybody to work their way in. Yeah, just ready. If anybody goes through that event, Steel's just going to put them through the blender and hopefully put them through the blender and chop them up. But I don't know if anybody's really going to peek in that direction. Sick has an idea somebody's in that vent, but nobody is going to peek out. Steel ends up peeking initially. Tries to fire off a shot. Does some damage. Ends up taking off the head of AS2. And could Luminosity be getting an eco round win here, just like they did the first half?
Perhaps, but they actually started rotating that Mag 7 in the wrong direction. They are going to be getting punished for it. Their players are just not quite in the right position, and now that Whitmer is able to recover an AK, he can try to frag and get his teammate out of trouble here, but still 3-on-2, heavily favoring the terrorists.
Yeah, it looks like we actually have Steel just committing to just hang out at that B bomb site. He's not going to go for anything, and Cold pushes all the way up at the site, tries to spam around the corner to take Whitmer down, doesn't get anything, and Steel just going to hold on now with that swag and this pistol to just live to fight another day.
Yeah, might as well break that out one more time, and Shinobi had a huge cutoff there for his teammates, so luckily for Steel, he chose not to go the highway route, because that would not have worked out for him. Able to keep that Mag 7 in his hands and try to be an impact player for the next round. Question is, you got one gun and it's a shotgun, what do you do with it? Do you put it back in events, or is that too obvious? You could try to boost it over mid, maybe try to put it in the back of B and have him hide and sleep until late in the round. You could do the same thing at A. What would you do? What's your plan?
I would not try and throw the Mag 7 back into the vents. I feel like that's probably going to get mollied at this point. Let's see if they got a molly. They're going to set up and try to throw for that. Vice does have one. Where's Vice actually at? No, Vice is just going to be the boost guy. So, and they're going to actually throw, he's still going to be at the B bomb site, but he's down below the vents this time, not playing aggressive in them.
Yeah, I think this is actually a really good position as well. A lot of people are just so focused about the rail and the site that they often neglect this right-hand corner. And this is where Steel is playing right now, is the pug spot of champions. If you want to rack up frags and pugs, you can quickly get there before any terrorists see you and just wait and let people pass you. You just go to frag town every time.
Let's see if he's able to do it.
A little tip for you guys out there.
Yeah. He's only got one, though, that he can deal with here. Flashbang comes out. He goes to peek off it. Doesn't find anything. And at that point, or at this point, Steel can only find one frag from that position. The T's are rotating their way towards this, towards the A bomb site. And 6 hit a push up on the Fur, takes him down. There goes Cold. There goes Knack. Bolts does get one. But he's spotted out here at the back of quad. He's going to have 3 T's pushing right towards him. Can he get the 250 to work? Not able to make it happen. So Steel, 1 versus 4, swag in hand. Not the best retake weapon on the A bomb site, I have to be honest.
No, arguably the worst. If we're looking for retake, long range combat, Mag 7, probably the worst gun you can have in your hands. But once again, there are certain spots on this map, kind of like on maps like Nuke, where it can be a totally viable gun to use on rifle rounds if you can position yourself properly. It has a lot less to do with the gun itself and more to do with where you set yourself up to use it. So he's going to be holding on to it once again, hitting that old double save, keeping that Mag 7 alive in this game way longer than really it should be, but It's working thus far. He's actually going to be hurt
Maybe.
and going to be peeking right into a bunch of terrorists. The steal, I don't know what the play is, but I can tell you that wasn't it. AS2 going to be taking him out and taking that Mag 7 out of the game. So Luminosity Gaming going to be going for this straight up normal buy up here.
Yeah, so that is going to be 12-6 scoreline in favor of Casaless. Quite a large turnaround from what we saw on map number 1, which was actually Casaless, their map pick. Now that we're on Luminosity's, they're kind of terrorizing Luminosity here, but side switch in favor of Luminosity. They're a very good CT side team on this map. Let's see if they can put it together here with guns to start trying to trip away at this lead that Casaless has. Oh, they know somebody just got boosted in vents. They watched it happen. Cold's gonna have to try and peek to try and get a frag. Doesn't find anything, and already a Luminosity player is down.
Yeah, I think they were also at least a little bit aware of where Steel was, and they were able to find him out with Swimmer getting the frag. As Nat catches a frag through the smoke.
Ends up spamming it, ends up paying dividends. We're going to be 4 versus 3 with Knack. Very, very lit. Bomb is going to be trying to make its way into that B-bomb site. Here comes the plant. And actually, we're going to have Fur already out inside the site. Shinobi's going to make the call. Completely blind will be Fur, though. He ends up going down. So it's up to Knack here and Bolts. And looks like Knack's actually going to rotate away. Bolts got to try and drop down, see if he can find something. Knack gets picked up. Bolts in a tough spot here. He's getting pushed up on. It's the first one. Can't get the second. And that is going to be a 13th round for Casaless.
Yeah, they're just absolutely decimating Luminosity Gaming thus far. They had a read on that strat top to bottom. It started off with that damage in on Knack and forcing him behind the white box, unable to protect middle. That's eventually what ended up giving Casaless the information about the vents boost. They had the guy towards Sunroom that was able to keep an eye on the booster. They had the guys in mid to keep an eye on the boostee. It was really a top to bottom solid round from Casaless, where they would just gather a lot of information early in the rounds and capitalize on it. But mid push here coming out from Luminosity. Let's see if it can work out for him.
Ooh, and Sick right there. AS2. Sick is going to clean up. That's a 3K for Sick. AS2 with 2. Casaless all the way up to a 14th round in their favor. This game is going fast now in the opposite way that we saw the first game go. I mean, it was all Luminosity Gaming first map, and now Casaless is just terrorizing Luminosity Gaming. They kind of seem like they're at a loss here from the CT side.
Yeah, which is just brings me back to that initial question in the picks and bans. Why pick this map if this was a potential outcome? Especially when Overpass is the other map that was up for grabs. Like, Overpass is a slam dunk. They're beating everybody on Overpass, and I don't really know. Maybe they did want to get more practice in on it. That's really my running theory, but completely unproven, untested, as Shinobi catches a leg from Cold Zera.
So Cold goes all the way down to 41 HP, and Shinobi goes down to 16. Casaless looking to try and grab that map point. If they're able to do it, that would be in round 21 that they collect that. Luminosity with guns in their hands, trying to hold on, trying to change the tide of this map. Let's see if they can make a little bit of magic happen here. And it looks like Casaless setting up for an A strat. Whitmer getting in position in the squeaky room to get that smoke off. Let's see if they have any luck here at A. They're going to let the timer tick down a little bit longer than one would like. Fur's able to take down Shinobi, the flank man. Good smoke comes out. Let's see if they can roll it. That 6 able to take down Knack. They still got to deal with Bolts, though. He's still going to be at the back of the quad. They're able to take down Fur. Bolts gets one. Quickly traded out, though. 3-on-2 in favor of Casaless. But a flank is going to be coming out here from Steel. See if he can grab anything. Whitmer will be the first one. Takes down Whitmer. They have to honor this now. 2-on-2 battle. As Cold's going to be trying to work his way up highway. He's able to find Vice 2-on-1. AS2 has to come up with a big 1 versus 2 clutch to keep his team in this thing. He's going to push up. Can he get Steel? Not able to make it happen. And Luminosity will be able to jump on that bomb, get the defuse, and they prevent Casaless from going to map point in round 21.
Yeah, that would have been a really huge round win if Casaless was able to get the flank. I was curious whether or not they knew they were getting flanked or not, and the way they pushed in that smoke in mid-main, or sorry, A-main, makes me think that they probably didn't, but yeah, they learned rather quickly, and that's actually Luminosity returning to the scoreboard for the first time so far in this half, their first CT round, and they cut it kind of close, so much so that they are not really financially with it all the way. We're seeing more shotgun play from them, and that's going to be Fur with the auto shotgun in his hands, bringing that in mid. Almost went Vents, actually deciding against Vents. If they could boost that shotgun over, that would be absolutely devastating.
Colt does open this up, op in hand, trying to do his best Fallen here, trying to pick up the slack without having Fallen out here and using the op pretty well here. I mean, it has to hurt if you're Luminosity Gaming not having Fallen. His op ability, Cold is not bad with it, but man, Fallen is just insane with an op in his hands.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no denying that you would certainly rather have Fallen with the op in his hands if you could have a choice for and his teammates still teaming up, getting it done with that auto shotgun. Makes a really satisfying thump noise when you shoot it.
And Fur trying to find another, can't do it. Vice will take him down, but Steel was luckily there to trade the frag, and that's going to be an 8th round now for Luminosity. And they're definitely trying to come back into this game, but Casaless economy good enough for them to be able to buy this round.
Yeah, they were also getting, not only were they winning their rounds mostly cleanly, there were a few exceptions. They cut some a little closer than I think they would have liked to, but they were also getting bomb plants on pretty much every round. That's just pocket cash that keeps adding up and adding up and adding up. So they are still sitting on a big economy. Luminosity has a large gap to work through here score-wise, and it's certainly possible. But Sick, you need to spot that player in for his hand on the smoke. Someone did. I don't know who it was, but Vice able to find the headshot ultimately.
So opening frag will go in favor of Casaless now. They're able to take down Fern, like Latorr just said. It's going to be a big 5-4 advantage here coming out from Casaless. Can they hold on? Can they keep this rolling in their favor? Knack is going to be trying to find the head here of AS2, but he ends up getting spotted by Vice, who ends up picking up both frags to enter this round. That is going to help out so much if you're Casaless, and they're still trying to go for that map point, trying to get that 15th round. They're going to be up by 2 players, as they only have to contend with Cold, Steel, and Bolts now.
Bolts trying to get out to the A bouncer to get ahead of this highway push, but unfortunately he was so far behind he didn't even know there was a highway push. Cold Zero falling to a similar fate. Last man standing is Steel. He could go for another fake, or he could not, as Shinobi actually is able to catch him from behind. So Casaless 1 round away from kind of beating the brakes off of Luminosity here.
Yeah, looking very good. I mean, they're going to be having a large gun advantage going into what possibly could be the final round of this map number 2 between these two teams. They got the gun advantage here. Full AKs coming out. Whitmer not grabbing an op. They're going to probably try and get aggressive with the AKs. Let's see if it pays off, as Luminosity is just going to be on a buyout. They have to. They don't have a choice. They have to spend everything they can to try and keep the team alive. And aggressive plays coming out in mid. Let's see if Sick is able to pick up anybody. He's looking, gotta be careful. Cold has an angle on him, but Cold doesn't take a shot. Actually, that was Knack ends up pushing. Cold's still there at the sandbag. Cold will get it with the FAMASA. Even trade, 4-on-4. As AS2 takes down Fur up close. They know Cold's out in mid. AS2 takes him down. Steel and Bolts have to come up gigantic for their team. We lose Bolts. Now the only one left is Steel. He gets caught by Shinobi. Can't Shinobi get him? And Shinobi will. That is going to be a 16-8 victory for Casaless, and we go 1-for-1 tonight.
Wow. I'm really surprised. I'm unbelievably surprised, but Casaless played fantastically. They punished Luminosity all over the place, but mostly for their just strategic error of picking this map. I didn't think it was a good idea at the time. Didn't think it was going to break this poorly for them. Them, once again being Luminosity, but still Casaless stepping up huge when they needed to. I was like an idiot beforehand saying like, oh, if Casaless loses again, how is it going to affect their, whatever mentality? What about having Casaless win? How is that going to help their mentality? They just beat Luminosity, like a top 8 Legends qualifying team for the next major. I think when they're going up against enemy next game, I think they're going to be kind of riding a little high on that, right? I mean, how can you not? I would be stoked if I'm taking maps off of Luminosity.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a 2-0 for Luminosity, and wow, Casaless stepped it up huge, able to bring that thing back. And as we take a peek at the box score here, big step ups coming from Vice, able to get 27 frags, 13 deaths. We got Shinobi at 20 and 12, Sick at 22 and 14.
Everyone stepped up.
Yeah, Whitmer at 15 and 12, AS2 at 15 and 15. I mean, they stepped up big. I mean, the ADR for Vice was 101.6, looking good that game. And then down at the other side, some struggles coming out. Steel with only 15 frags. What was this? Knack with 14, Bolts with 14, Cold with 12, 11 from Fur. I mean, the best ADR that they have on the board right now is 74.9, and that was for Bolts.
Yeah, that's not enough. Luminosity has displayed an oddly impressive ability to come out and look absolutely dominant on one map, and then kind of just fall flat on another. So yeah, really solid play from Casaless. Can't take anything away